Hi, this is Reverend Scrappy Mania, and it's been about 2 years since I've done an update on my craft room. I have a craft room in a garage, and I live in Arizona, so we put a air conditioning unit, one of those ductless air conditioning unit in here, and I also insulated the walls. Actually, the house came with the walls insulated, but I did insulate the garage doors, and I'll show you that in a second. And I converted the third car garage into my craft room because I ran out of space in my room. Well, I'm running out of space here, so I need to stop getting stuff. But I just want to give you a real quick view of my craft room. So this little unit here I created for with scraps of wood, and it just housed some of my embellishments. It also has my stapler. I have a long arm stapler. I have the We Are Memory stapler here, the staple board. I have this that houses some of my scissors. And you know, I just threw stuff in here. I should have cleaned that out before I did the video, but I didn't. Sorry about that. I did clean a lot, except for this area. And then I have some other odds and ends stuff in there. And I got some little paints that I've created with gel, medium, and then glitter and stuff like that. So I put it in there in little containers that I seal. Here's where all my Sizzix die cuts are. And it's mainly the original Sizzix die cuts. I also have the long one, the XL Sizzix die cuts, and 12 by 12 embossing folders. And then I got a little container. These are my strips of dies. I haven't bought a lot of Sizzix dies. They all just fit right here. I have bought thinner dies because they're easier to store. This is something I got at Goodwill, and it just have papers and junk, which I should get rid of. And then here's my antique typewriter. Because I'm in the garage, I do keep a dust cloth on top so it won't get dusty. And then I have some stamps that I keep in this little container, which I should have cleaned. But you know how it is. Sometimes you clean up real quick because somebody's coming over, so you just stick things in areas that you should have just thrown away. And that's what I did there. So, but this is where I keep some of my stamps, not all my stamps. And then this little unit has drawers, and this is where I keep a lot of my dies. And I use these for mixed media to make circles, so that's why I keep them. But you know, I'm keeping too many, so I need to throw away some. So this is where I put my E-Cake Success punches. Not dies, they're actually punches. So I got punches here, punches here. I have punches here, the Martha Stewart punch around the page. More punches here. This is the craft mat. Punches, punches, and more punches. Lots of punches here. At one time, when you went to Ross or you went to TJ Maxx and those closeout stores, they had E-Cake Success punches and things like that really, really cheap. So I went wild during those times and bought a lot of them. So they're down there. Okay, let's move over here. This is where I have an extra chair in case my husband wants to sit with me. So I have a chair there. And a lot of times he sits there. He has his table. He puts his feet up. I made that out of wood. Put a pillow here so that way he can relax and watch his internet while I'm crafting. And then if I want to read with him, sometimes we come out here. This is my chair, and that's his chair. This chair, I think I need to throw it away. It's not very good, but we don't really use it, so I think I'm just going to get rid of it because it's in the way. This is where I put my Christmas papers and actually some large rolls of craft paper. See there? When I use it for crafting or protecting the table. And with one hand, you cannot close things. There. Got it closed. There. This is where I have my printer. I have a Canon printer. Again, I put some cloth on top of it to protect it from the dust. I live in Arizona. It's very dusty. So that's my printer. This is where he keeps his rechargeable tool, a rigid screwdriver. So that's the extra battery. And then this unit, I got it a long time ago at Costco. This is where I keep some of my hand punches. It has little perfect little drawers to put my smaller punches. Really has a nice little drawer there for my ribbons, a little iron, things like that. Junk drawer, you just throw everything in there. And let's see, another junk drawer. Throw stuff in there. I need to go through those papers and get rid of it. So I keep my papers there. Then this is where another little unit that came with the whole, this was a whole unit that came in Costco like 7 years ago. And this is, I'm not going to open it, but this opens up and there's a big area there that you can put stuff. And I have a lot of those shoes in there. Then this is where I put some of my, like my scanner, papers, things like that here. And then these little shoe boxes fit perfect in here to put more junk or more crafting goodness that I have. More junk. And then here is where I put some more of my punches. I have a lot of punches. There was a lot of good sales at those Ross and TJ Maxx. So a lot of punches. I got my ribbons there. And then there's my ductless unit. So that keeps this room pretty cold or pleasant in the summer. Plus, I'll show you what I did to insulate. And it keeps it really, really nice. Then I have this little unit that I bought some time ago in HSN. And it keeps some of my embellishments. So I keep them in there. Let's move over here. That's a water purifier. It actually makes alkaline, makes your water alkaline, which is better for your health. So if you're looking for a unit, this is pretty good. We like it. It gets rid of all the chlorine. Arizona has very hard water. This thing really works. And it's better for you because it alkalines the water, and there's a lot of benefits with alkaline water. But that's another video. Anyhow, so we got that unit there. But then next to that unit, I have this big wood bookcase that my husband created at an angle. And I house all my paints in there, big tools in there, stuff on top. Those little rods, I created those with newspaper to make little boxes. And I do have a video how I created those boxes. So you can look for recycle paper. I'll put the link if you want to know how to create little boxes with newspapers. So anyhow, I put all that stuff up there. And then over here, it goes all the way to the floor. More stuff that I put there. Boxes, cutting things. Okay, so this unit here, it hasn't changed much other than I just been stacking stuff underneath. These are where all my Cricut cartridge lives, in these two little bins. And then some of my dies live in those little air bins. I like these because you just easily pull them out, and then a lot of dies fit in there. And then I have these drawers where I keep, mainly when I paint, I buy these little containers at Goodwill, and I use them to put my paint in. And then this unit I got a long time at Costco. Love it. Has nice drawers. These drawers is where I put some of my tools. I try to be organized, but you know how it goes. You buy stuff and organization goes out. And what is this doing there? You know what? I need to get rid of that. Anyhow, so here's where I have some of my tools and things, and even sewing stuff. I don't know why I have sewing bobbins there when I have it should be in my sewing room. Anyhow, and then this is when Princess Diana died in the 1997. She died in 1997. Elton John dedicated a music, Candle in the Wind, to her. I really liked Princess Diana. She was one of my favorite people, celebrity. So I went ahead and bought it, and I kept, I have one that it's open, and then this one supposed to be pristine. not really, but I just have it in there. I need to find another place for it. And then here is where I have my handheld scanner. It's supposed to fit in there. Some brads, some sponges, more stuff. Ooh, and I even have drills. And then this is where I bought one of these carousels. This is where I have all my acrylic paints in here. This is where I have some more of my tools. Sometimes I do crafting here, or when I have people over, they can use this table to craft. And then where I put more of my little embellishments. More embellishments are in there. Lots of glues and glitters and stuff like that. So next to that, there is this big hanging bookcase that has air purifiers, which, you know, you buy these things, they're Auric, they're expensive, and they're in storage. Figure that. Don't know. It was when my husband had one of those health kicks and wanted to live healthier, or the particles, or I don't know what, but he bought 3 of those. We have 4 actual units of those Auric. He should sell them because we don't use them. And we needed that many because we have our house. It's not small, not the biggest, not the smallest, but it does need a lot of those. So that's why we bought it. But then I took them out because they're, I don't know why I took them out. Anyhow, I'll put them over here. Then I have this is a Xyron machine. It's the Xyron adhesive. And then I have the forgot what this is. The story of my story. That is laminate for lamination and bookmaking. And then I have more stamps up there. So these are the stamps that I use more for. This is the box that contains all my card stamps. And then this one has embellishments. IKEA drawers. So here's my cards to make blank cards. More blank cards. These have tons of acrylic stamps in there. And then jam-packed with other stuff. I try to organize. But as you can see, sometimes it's not possible because I just buy too much stuff. Okay, so now let me pull these. So before I pull them, I got 3 of these drawers. Actually, I have 4 of these drawers. So these are my mixed media storage. So in one area, I have sprays. On the bottom, I have... these are my water-soluble crayons are in there, and other things in containers, in pencil containers, little pencil boxes. Fits nicely in there. These are more mixed media, Post-it notes, another container with stuff, and more mixed media, brushes, watercolors, acrylics, medium. Like gel medium, gesso, things like that. So let's pull these out. So then this bookcase, I made this one, and you can tell I made it, but it does function. It's not the prettiest thing. Well, we're in a garage, so it doesn't need to be that pretty. Anyhow, this is where I have more of these 12 by 12 or 15 by 15 containers, and it has papers in some of those. I have dies in, I think I do have dies. You know what? I should label these things. Well, these are my mixed media books. So in here I have books, doll books. I have die cuts. This is my Anna Griffin flip card dies. I put them in here. So more stuff. Some more dies. This is my e-brush. Anna Griffin flip. These are my watercolor or my water soluble markers. These are some color pencils, Crayolas and the cheap kind. My air gun, so I can, you know, spray, air spray or whatever you want to call it, air gun. And then here is where I keep all my embossing folders. This is where I have We Are Memory stitch stamp, or the stitching thing. Let me see if I can open it so you can see what I'm talking about. See, it has those, you can stitch on a page or stamp on a page. Fits nicely in there. And then I do have a video where I create these little boxes for my embossing folders, and I can put the link so you can see them. But of course I got all my embossing folders and I organized those. At least I was able to organize those. And then you have a lot of punches. I have a lot of We Are Memory box punch, bag punch, envelope punch, bowl punch, ribbon maker, banner. Oh, just a bunch of punches. Punch boards, actually. I do like We Are Memory Keeper punch boards. Okay. So these are very easy to pull out. And they stack neatly together, like so. So if you're crowded for room, see how that doesn't look too bad there. Okay, so now this is my file cabinet, and in here I got stencils. So in the first drawer, all my Heartfelt Creations and my Prima Bloom dolls, and a new princess doll live in here, and Living in Faith lives here, and just a couple of, now this is where I have put all my art impression watercolor stamps. And I loved, when I went to the stamp show, I loved the effects. I just doesn't come out for me, so I gotta practice. And then these all my Altenews, I have it in just one little container here. And then my rest of my layer dies that are Prima layer die or any other brand, they go in this one. Okay, and then I just got extra ones here for if I buy more stuff, and I shouldn't buy more stuff. And then these are my molds. Love these molds. Those are the Prima molds. In here is where I have all my electronics. So my cameras, my cords, everything electronic lives in here. This one, anything that is a stencil, mixed media, sprays, I mean not sprays, but anything mixed media kind of looking stencil goes in here. And then down here, odds and ends. Actually, that should be empty. Then let's go over here. So this is another one of those Costco furniture that I bought a long time ago. It came with a light. It came with the backing, you know, that you can put your pegboard. So this is where I have, this is my computer area where sometimes I do my editing from here. I charge my computers from here. I also have a little, this is where I put my camera. So the camera that I'm using, I have a GoPro. I store the GoPro here. And then I have another camera that is actually that's charging right now for taking pictures. I put it in here with its accessory in the back. So that's what I have. And then these are my Stampin' Up! Inks with the carousel. And these are acrylic stamps. If you look up here, this is where I store my Christmas stamps, are all in here. This is actually empty, ready to get filled with something. Hint, hint. And then I bought some marble powder, or marble, what is it? Powder marbled, 4 pounds. I've heard that this is real good to mix with your paint to make it thicker and to make gesso and all that stuff. So that's why I bought it. Got an extra clear container. And then here's where I have all my beads. There is a project that I'm planning to upload on how to create some bracelets with beads and cord. So, and a crochet needle. I need to upload that soon, but this is all the material I need to do that. It's in here. Here are some drawers, and these are some of those combs. I bought them at Goodwill, half price. It cost me $1 for all these combs. These are expensive. And then this machine, and I do have a video where I created a book using this machine, but this machine and these combs go together. This is for my sister. I bought 2 of these. Look, $5.99, and every other Saturday here is half price, so nobody really knows about this, so I was able to get it for half of that. So I got it for $3, and then I got this for $1, and I bought another one for $1. So pretty good deal. I need to give some to my sister. When I go over to her house, I'll take it with me. So this is where I have my mink stuff. I do have some large stencils in here as well. And then this one, I have my tissue paper for mixed media. And I also have some cutters here too. This is a laser cutter. And then this is the one that has a lot of like 6 different cutting pieces. I get them, you know, I bought those in Big Lots for like $10. And I have them there. So when people come over, if they craft with me, they have something they can use to cut. Okay, so now let's go and visit the stuff that I have down here. These are my Stampin' Up! Stamps. And I bought this a long time ago when I was a Stampin' Up! Consultant. So all the stamps that I bought during that time, they live in these 4 little drawers here. And I think I'm going to find a way to make it a little that it doesn't slide back and forth. But at least they're there. They're nicely contained somewhere. And I do have a book where I cataloged all my stamps, and this is drawer 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then in the book it has tabs. It has 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I know if I want to see, I want to use a particular stamp, I go to that drawer and find it. This unit here contains stuff for the house. I have a drawer, a pasta maker, a toaster oven, and things like that. The reason why I have it, even though I don't use it, when my kids move out, they might get one of those. You know, and I might just need to get rid of it, but I don't know. Sometimes we get attached to things that we shouldn't get attached to. So I may be emptying out that, and maybe I can put more crafty goodness in there. Anyhow, then here, this unit here is where I have my wooded blocks. And I have 2 shoe holders, one in the front, one in the back, and they're filled with these mounted blocks. And then these units here, it just has, like this one, has my melting pot. Some more stuff. And then down here, buttons. Actually, this is my mixed media one. Where's the buttons? Here's the buttons. So here's where I put my buttons, extra envelopes, and glue for my Xyrons. And then I have these little boxes here that contains my tissue, odds and ends, things, my swabs. These are for making flowers. Here's some stamps. So that's where I put a lot of that stuff there. My foil goes there. Some more stamps here. All my acrylic blocks there. This is my little sewing machine that I use. Some other stuff that I have here. My mink, mini mink from Anna Griffin. Some more stuff. This is where I have my distressing tool. It's in there. Coloring. These are, there's some colored crayons in there. My slice and some other stuff. Some acrylic paint, sample ones. Some more stuff. And then here, these are my sprays. So when I want to spray something, I use these to catch the excess spray. Some more junk in here. And then this is where I put my rags. So I just cut tissue, t-shirts or towels and put them in here and close it. A lot of stuff though. And then this is where I put some papers because I ran out of room for my 12 by 12s. Some papers. I keep here also my my distressing tool for those foam. Let me see if I can open one with one hand so you can see what I'm talking about. Because half the time I don't know what I'm talking about. So it's these tools, you know, the Tim Holtz for distressing. That's what I put in here. And then I try to be as neat as I can, and I put it in there. Okay. Flowers go in here. Some of my stamping tools that I created, these are my prototype, they live there. Then my wonderful bookcases. And I did put it on block because of course we're in the garage, so if it rains, I don't want any chance of this wood getting rained on, getting water. So that's why I put it on block. So if it rains, it won't get damaged. So here are my bookcases. Let's go down. It's almost to the ceiling. Those are all my papers. My cinch, Cuttlebug, Sizzix, live there. These are all my Julie Nutting Prima dolls. You can tell I love those Prima dolls. So I have a whole bunch of binders with them. And then some more stuff. So one thing I use these containers that you see here, and you notice that I have white, pink, green, black. I put my scraps in there of paper. And so when I have extra scraps, I throw it in there. And every once in a while, what I do is I take all those scraps in, make flowers and stuff like that. So, and there's some more things that I put, like alphabet stickers, which I think I need to start getting rid of some of those because they're outdated, those stickers. I haven't used it for a while. And then let's go over here. Let me go over this way so you can see all the stuff that all my attempt to organizing my stuff. Okay. Now let's go to the table. Oh, actually, did I show you this? I don't think I showed you this thing. These are two of Harbor Freight, those storage things. It contains my embossing, the things that I use more often, embossing, some of my pens, my glitter, my staplers. So everything is there. And then here is where I store my pens, some of my pens, beads, duct tape, things like that. And then some more mixed media inks and some watercolors, some little wood people and things like that. Some more mixed media stuff, really, just what I put in there, on there. Trying to get it organized. And believe it or not, I know where my stuff is. You may think it's sometimes I may not know exactly where, but I do know the general area and I do find it. So that's that. So let me show you where I craft and where I do my video. So this is where I craft. I got this big lamp from Costco, which it just plugs into the outlet and it gives me a lot of light. I got these big lights here. I bought this one. This is another light. And then I got this, of course, my favorite store, Goodwill have this thing. Don't know what it was, but I kind of took, they had a box up there. I got rid of that box so that way I can put my camera, and then it could, see, the camera goes here and then it will shine down to the project. And if I need more light, let me see if I can take, if I need more light, this goes here and I turn this on. And look at all that brightness. Sometimes a little too bright for the video, but if I'm doing stuff and I'm not videoing anything, I'm just crafting for myself, then I do put the light on and it helps so I can see my things. This little thing is where I put water here when I'm doing mixed media. I put water, and if I don't have time to wash my brush, I put it on here with water up to the ferrule. Don't want to go past that because that's when you start weakening your brush and the whole thing falls apart. So I put enough water so it covers the bristles, so when I have time to clean my brushes, like today, I actually did a painting 2 days ago, and I use gel medium, and look at the gel medium there, and this was covered with gel medium, but I went ahead and put it in the water up to here, and today, 2 days later, it completely washed away, the gel medium. So if you don't have one of these, I highly recommend that you need to get one of these if you are a painter. It will save your brushes from getting all crusted. And this is another one that was, this one actually had gesso. And I just put it in the water. So I just fill it with water enough to cover the bristles. And then I have extra water here. And then this is my clear water. This is my washing brush water. So when I'm watercoloring or even acrylics, I rinse here and then I pick clear water if I want to put it on my project. And I do put some water in here too for my brushes. This is where I have my, these are my stamping pads that I use more often. So my distressing pads, my archival pads, and some of my stamps that says handmade with love, stamp for you, things like that goes there. So this is where I keep, these are my watercolor brushes. Don't want to use watercolor brushes in acrylic. Acrylics is pretty harsh on your brushes. So I have this right here. I don't want to mix them over there in case the kids come over and they borrow a brush. I don't mind them borrowing those brushes. I do mind borrowing these brushes. These are my watercolor brushes. Got scissors there. And then I have different types of tapes. So this is paper tape, well, like masking tape, scotch tape, double adhesive tape, and painter's tape. And then of course some little stuff there like pencils, erasers, things like that. Here's some more pencils, erasers, other things, and then some more stamps here. So I got a lot of stamps, and I just bought some stamps. I actually went to Michael's, so I'll have a video on these, but I couldn't resist and I got 3 stamps. Well, I love these. So there'll be a project on these, how to use these, and also a haul, mini haul showing you these. Love them. So they have them in Michael's. So this is, oh, and I forgot, this is where, you know, the rulers and things that I need. I open the drawer and get my rulers, my tapes, some other stuff here. Try to keep it nice and neat, but as you acquire stuff, things don't stay nice and neat. And then down here, this used to be where I put all my paper. A long time ago, when I first started out, I just needed this little box, and it had trays of paper, and then a couple of little shoe boxes for my stamps. And I was happy. Then I started acquiring more stuff, and the end result of that was a whole room dedicated to crafting. So that's an update of my craft room. I know it's not the greatest, but it makes me happy. All my stuff is here. It's semi-organized. I can find my stuff. I'm not tripping over things unless, you know, I'm crafting, then there's stuff all over the place. But I clean for you so that way you can see my room. So I hope you like this video, and if you have an extra garage that you're really not using, maybe you will like to convert it and it'll be your little paradise, your little studio. And the reason why you may want a garage is because look at that floor right there. And look at this floor. This would be my house if I had this craft room inside my house. It would be that, because things fall, paints fall, sometimes you don't have control. Your carpet gets messed up. Clay on carpet does not come out. Play-Doh on carpet is worse than anything. So I think it was a good idea for me to bring my craft room out in the garage. So I hope you liked this video, and thank you for watching. Bye now. So I'm back because one thing I kept mentioning in the videos, I was going to show you how I insulated the garage. So this is what we use this Insafoam. We put it on each of the panels in the garage. They fit perfect in those panels, and it really keeps it cool in here. I mean, I live in Arizona. We get 115 degrees outside. If you touch the garage door on the outside, it is hot. You can't even touch it. You can actually fry an egg on it. But when you come into my craft room, it's a little warm, but it's not 125. It's around 80, 90. We do have right there, we do have a little thermometer that I keep handing to see what's the temperature in here. And right now it's 66 degrees in here, which is not bad. So when I put the air condition, it works pretty nice. It brings it up to 75 degrees, 70 degrees in my garage, in my craft room. So it's not too bad. And you know, one of the things is with paint, extreme temperature really damages your paint. So it's worked for me. So if you're thinking about bringing your craft room to the garage, I recommend that you insulate. Even if you live in a cold weather, you really need to insulate so that way you keep that cold weather outside. So I hope you like this video, and thank you for watching. Bye now.